We've got about an hour until it gets dark. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get a bite in the morning. You never know. The only problem is it's meant to be 40 miles an hour wind tonight and it's meant to be snowing. Ducks! Well, I did think I was going to get another bite and I did, so that is really good. Well, you join me down at Yateley. I'm back again for another session. It's been a little while since I've been down last. Then it was sort of the back end of autumn and now it's winter. It's absolutely freezing cold. Apparently there's going to be some quite cold temperatures overnight as well, maybe even some frost. It's going to be difficult. I've come onto the easier lake. I didn't really want to go on the lake I fished before. It did really well on that session and I caught plenty of carp, but I just don't see it happening at the moment. I'll be lucky if I caught one, if I was in the right position or the right swim to catch it. But I don't think I'm going to get anything from there. I have got a choice of 3 lakes here, so I can move around if I want to, but I've come onto the easy one just to try and catch a couple of carp. It hasn't got any like really big carp in here. I think the biggest I ever heard of was like 27 pound, but there's a lot of doubles in here, mid doubles. It'd be nice to get a few of those. I haven't actually had a 20 out of this lake. The other lakes I've fished and I've caught lots of big carp, but on this one every time I come on here I end up catching like 15 pounders and stuff like that. Biggest out of here is like 19 pound, which I caught last year on an autumn session. I did 4 nights and barely managed to catch a carp, and it was 19 pound, which was the biggest one I've ever had out of this lake. It'd be nice to get 20 out of this one. That'd be nice. My little target of my session, I suppose, to try and get a 20 out of here. If I think it's not fishing very well at all, then I could move on to the other lakes. I decided to put one of my rods onto the island. It does do carp, but there is a lot of bream in here. I might end up getting a few of those because they tend to feed around the islands quite a lot. And then the other rod I've put in the middle. Now, the middle also can get bream. During the day I've seen a lot more carp in the middle of this lake, especially in the winter. I've seen them boshing out into the open. I think I want to cover that at least in my session, just to see if I can get a bite in the middle. You know, there's like 3 petroleum routes on here. There's the island, margin, and then the middle. There's pretty much nothing else really. There isn't a huge amount. There's no like major features in here. There is the odd little bits of gravel you can find, but nothing really like a bar or anything interesting. That's why I've decided to put the other rod down the margin, just below a hanging tree. I saw some bubbles as I came to the swim popping underneath it, and I thought I'll check that out, and when I gave it a little flick under, it was the odd little bit of gravel, so something is fed there. So yeah, that's why I put that rod there as well. I'm using 3 rods, so it gives me more choice and more areas to cover. I'm hoping I will get something. It would be nice to get a few, but even one will do. It's meant to be really cold the next couple of nights. So yeah, hopefully I'll catch something. I'm doing exactly the same as what I did when I last came here. I'm going to fish all 3 on Ronnie rigs. All 3 are on helicopter rigs, so I can move the bead up so it's out of the way, so I can actually gauge it. Depends on how much leaf and how much silt is in it, because there's a lot of that in it at the moment. I'm going to be doing the same bait on all 3 rods as I did last time. They're my homemade pinky purple pop-ups. I did do a how-to recently, and they're the ones I'm actually using. They were actually in the video, so I'm going to be putting them from the paces, because the last ones I made were like a year or 2 ago, but these ones are my nice and fresh ones, so I'm going to see how they go as well. If you haven't checked that video out, the link will be in the description below, so have a little look, see what you think about it. I've been doing really well on it. I've had carp up to £28. I've had lots of carp from all different day tickets and all sorts of places, so it's brilliant bait to do in the autumn and the winter. The boilies I'm using are a combination of 2. One is like a peach boilie and the other one is called candy. I've been soaking them for 24 hours in water. I've also added some liquid into them. I've got some fruit and nut Parker Baits liquid that I've added in there. I've put a good helping in there to start with, and then what I'm going to do as my session goes on, I might put a little bit more in, just to those baits to draw in that flavour, and then pump that back out so they don't soak up any kind of silt or any rubbish that's on the bottom, and hopefully they'll still smell. So that's what I'm doing, and hopefully it works and pays off, because it did last time, so hopefully it does on this session. Well, nothing's happened. It's been a couple of hours. It's pretty quiet really. Haven't seen any carp jump in or roll in or anything. I've seen a few small fish jump in, but nothing carp front. I've had no takes or anything or any indications. Just pretty silent really. I reckon I've got more of a chance tomorrow morning. It's meant to be a bit more sunnier as well, and I just think maybe that sun coming out, beaming across the water, maybe in the morning I might get a chance to get one then. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see something by the morning as well, because that's the best time to spot them on these lakes. So yeah, got about an hour or so until it gets dark, and I've got a long old night. Endless dark in the winter. Got to keep yourself entertained, keep yourself busy, and keep yourself warm, and hopefully the bites will come. That's what I hope anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, thinking about it a bit more, if I don't get a bite by about 12 o'clock, I may actually move. We'll see what happens really. If I do get a bite in the morning, I will continue staying, I'll continue doing fishing on here, but if I don't get anything by about 12 o'clock, then there's other lakes to move on to, there's other things to do. This one is good for a bite in a quick overnighter, so if I don't get anything by 12 o'clock tomorrow, then pretty much, you know, I might as well try other lakes out. It's not that busy at the moment, so I have my choice and I can move around and have a look for carp tomorrow when the sun's a bit out a bit more, and yeah, so I'm just going to see what happens, and then I'll make my choice tomorrow what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, hopefully I'll get something by the morning. That'd be nice. Well, got my first bite of the morning. Hopefully today when the sun's out, hopefully I'll get a few more. It's really cold this carp, and it's such a cold night. I'm glad I've had something. Alright, let's get him back. Well, at least I've had a carp this morning. That's really good. I've just been for a little walk. Haven't really seen anything else on the lake, any carp jumping or anything. A few people have turned up to do a day session on here, so it's going to get a little bit more busier. Also, I gave that carp a little weigh and actually weighed 14 pounds, so not too bad. I thought it was a lot smaller than that. I thought it was like a 12 pounder. So that's really good. The one I got the take on was actually the open water one. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the margin one to go, but yeah, I was not expecting that one to go. Sometimes you can get bites in the middle, mostly through like mid-winter when it's really cold and you're like the coldest part of the winter. They do move into the middle on this lake. I thought as it's quite early being cold, I thought they might still move around the margins, but seem to be in the middle at the moment, so I may end up putting 2 out into the middle. I don't know. I'm going to see what happens. My brother is coming down, so we're going to make a decision where we're going to go. Stay on here, or I may move lakes. So even though I've caught a carp, I may still move. I don't really know. I may move onto a lake that's got some bigger carp in, just so maybe I've got a chance to catch something a bit bigger. But for now, I'm just going to stay on this swim, wait for him to arrive, and then make a decision then, and I'll either move or I'll stay. Well, I didn't move in the end. I'm stuck to the same spot. I've had one. Maybe I'll get another. It's meant to be really cold tonight, so I might as well stay on the only lake that I've got a chance to get something. I decided to bring the rods in, check the hook baits and recast them. The one in the margin I'm going to keep on the same spot, and the one out in the middle I've kept on the same spot. But the one on the island, I had a few issues with it. A few ducks were diving on it and it is really shallow up there, and I decided to come back a little bit more further back. I didn't want to go too close to it, and also I had that carp in the open, so I might as well not fish too close to the island. Maybe they're just hiding out in the deeper water at the moment. They're not really going anywhere near the margins or the island, so it might give me a better opportunity to get a bite on that one. I've only got about an hour until it gets dark, so let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get a bite in the morning, you never know. Well, it was quiet last night. Heard absolutely nothing. It was pretty cold, and yeah, that's what happened. It was fun. Yeah, so nothing's happened so far this morning. I've decided to bring all the rods in, just recast them. I'm not going to put any more bait in or anything. I'm just bringing them in and recasting them. The baits look good, so I'm going to keep them on for now. I may refresh them later on. Yeah, nothing else for me to do. It's going to be boring, I think, until I get something. I think I was quite lucky to get that carp, because nothing else has come out. I've heard that absolutely nothing has come out at all of all the lakes here, and no one else has had any carp from this lake either, so it's pretty hard. The temperature's dropped quite a bit in the last sort of week, and since I've put them off quite a lot, They do feed during the winter here, and you can get bites, but I think just that sudden cold does put them off for a little bit. Once they start getting used to it being quite cold, you do get more of a chance of getting bites. I'm hoping towards the end of my session they may do that, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm just sitting there and drinking my coffee, warming myself up because it's really cold, and hopefully something happens today. Yesterday nothing happened at all. It's pretty boring really, nothing occurred, didn't even see a carp jump or anything. I've been looking around, I've seen people fishing on the other side of the lake and they haven't anything, so it doesn't matter where I am on this one. But there is more carp in here. There's around about sort of 100 carp in this one, so it's more of a chance of me getting a bite. And I've had one, so hopefully I'll get one more. That's what I'm after, I think. Trying to catch that 20 pounder from here is not going to happen this time. I'll be lucky if I catch one more. So yeah, hopefully I do. And we'll see what the day brings. Well, as you can tell, it's nearly getting dark. Nothing happened all day. It's been pretty quiet. Nothing to report at all. I've brought the rods in and I've refreshed them and I've recast. Nothing else I can do. I'm hoping I'll get something. No, I can't do that. Oh, it's annoying me, those ducks. How long have I been here and you've not noticed anything? Oh, ducks! Well, they're annoying me. Hopefully I'll get something by the morning. The only problem is it's meant to be 40 miles an hour wind tonight and it's meant to be snowing. So I'm not entirely hopeful that I'm going to get a bite for tomorrow, but I've got to be hopeful a little bit, and maybe I'll get a carp in the morning. You never know. Well, I didn't think I was going to get another bite and I did, so that is really good. I've had a really good session. I've had two and it's been really difficult. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah.